You are now listening to the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, like, share, tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on X. You can get our Linktree / National Show. That's NATIONOLE. SHOW. You get all of our social media feeds there. Help us pump No Nation to the top of every nation. You know what I'm talking about? But in the meantime, let's talk about what we're here to talk about. We got some playoff semifinals action going on. No-less playoff semifinals action going on. I got to put that in every week just to put a little salt in. Yeah, just a reminder. We here, but we ain't here, but we still here.
Yep. You know what else we got going on, though? On a good note, what we do have to root for is our Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
Our Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in the playoffs.
Go Bucks. Go
right?
Bucks.
It gives us a source of joy in our lives,
Right. Without that, it'll probably be straight depression.
Real talk. Man. How many losses? We have 9 losses in like an 11-game season. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
There's only 4 teams standing, right? So there's a whole lot of other teams that are just like us and done for the year. Right? We should probably talk about last week's games and to be accountable for the shit we said. We talked about. It's weird. Is it weird for you that we're recording this at nighttime? It's a whole different vibe.
Yeah. It took me a couple minutes just to get my lighting right, man. I didn't realize how much I depended on the sun of Arizona. So yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me. It's just weird, It's just a whole different vibe. I like that we recorded the show in the afternoon. All right, but we had to because of the college football's Thursday, Friday, and then we'll be back to our regular time on next Friday.
Yep.
To talk about the championship game the following Monday. So let's talk about last week. I know that was a lot of time. We just jumped around in time a lot. It was a little Back to the Future shit. I'm older, so I'm probably Doc. You're Marty. All right. Penn State last week.
I like that.
They were 10.5-point favorites against Boise State. We both liked Penn State to cover that spread, right?
Yes, sir.
We were wrong. Boise State put up a little bit of a fight. Penn State also kind of took their foot off the gas touch, at the end there. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I lied.
I'm about to say, I thought they covered that. It was 31-14.
I confused Texas, Arizona State, and that's exactly what I did.
That was exactly what I did. Yeah.
Pardon me. Penn State dropped 31 on them.
Yeah.
Boise State 14. We were absolutely right about that one.
Okay. Yeah.
It was Texas, Arizona State that we were wrong about because we both like Texas to cover the 13.5, and that shit went to double overtime, man. That was crazy.
Like, I cut the game off and then was like, what the hell, man? Like, fourth quarter, it just turned on. Shout out to
39-31. Arizona State was down big early in the game, and they just kept fighting. They just kept fighting, and then they went touchdown, 2-point conversion, touchdown, 2-point conversion, and it was a whole different situation, man. And that was awesome. That was amazing. That's exactly what everybody loves about college football. It was fun to see Arizona State go out there and fight hard and leave it all on the field. They literally lived up to the cliche. And they left it all on the field.
They did that.
They gave Texas a scare. And I suspect Yeah, Texas isn't going to take their next game as lightly, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. But
Yeah.
hey,
All right.
if you was rolling with us last week on this game, you should have a little change in your pocket.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. We were wrong. Well, we were wrong about that. Texas had to win by 13 and a half, only won by 8. But we were right about Penn State.
Yeah, we're right about There
and then we talked about Ohio State, Oregon. All right. Oregon was getting 2.5 points. You and I both liked Ohio State. We both said the beast is wide awake, and like watch out for Ohio State. And we were absolutely right. They weren't gonna, they lost once to Oregon. They ain't gonna lose twice to anybody.
Right. It's so hard to beat a team twice in college football, man.
It's real talk, so man. Real talk. So we were right about that. And then Notre Dame, Georgia happened. And that shit was so unexpected to me. Even without Carson Beck, we both thought that
defense
Georgia would rely on the running game and the defense and be able to handle
running
it.
Game choked on them, man. Trevor Etienne went from being Superman to Clark Kent.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. So final score there was 21-10. Just shocking that Georgia didn't get 110 points in that football game. Yeah, real
crazy,
surprising.
bro. Crazy.
We were 2-2 last week. Not great, but it is what it is. We got 2 games this week. And we'll get right here. We'll get our bread back.
Oh yeah, definitely these two.
Yeah, these are two good matchups, right? First off, Final Four, football Final Four is like 4.
Thought we'd ever say that.
Yeah, I like it.
Thought we'd ever say that. How many college basketball Final Fours have we seen and said to ourselves, "Damn, it'd be nice to see this with college football."
This has been great. I liked it from the start. I've enjoyed it. I'm
loving every aspect of this shit, man. Like my wife got me a PlayStation 5. I got the new college football game. So I'm on my second winning season with Florida State. Had to redeem this year, man. I had to find some way to redeem it. But overall, just the playoff atmosphere, just from the video game to real life, even with our team not in it, it's just making me fall in love with college football all over again, man. I'm loving it. I love it.
The only one thing I would change about the playoffs was the whole automatic bye for the conference champs. Yeah. I'm all for automatic entry into the 12. I love that. All right, but that automatic those bye games should go to the top 4 seeds. Period. Yeah. If there's going to be 4 byes, they're
moving that way because we're supposed to be moving to 16 teams soon.
16 makes sense. You might as well.
Yeah. So I'm guessing they're going to do that, especially with the
just get rid of
lag
all the
that these teams are having with that 1 week off. You know what I mean? So it's like, you get 1 week off, but now you got to play a hot team, and they just played last week, and you haven't played in over a month. So yeah,
we definitely saw that, man. We definitely
we called it. Yep.
All right, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We got 2 big games. All right, let's start. I think I'm pretty sure the Thursday night game is Notre Dame Penn State. So I'm pretty sure we got the right order here. I was surprised when I saw this, but then again, Notre Dame's been surprising people the last few weeks. That we kind of didn't take them seriously after Northern Illinois. We might have made them work a little extra hard to earn their respect back.
Yeah, right.
We were wrong. They're a good team. They are a good team. Yeah.
They definitely aren't who we thought they were.
They are not who we thought they were. I was legitimately surprised when I saw that Notre Dame was the favorite in this game. I know it's only 1.5 points. It's a small spread, but still, I thought it would be the other way around. I thought Penn State would be the favorite in the game.
Same.
Yeah.
But I think it could be one of those moves to entice people to bet. You know what I mean? Because if Penn State was if it was the other way around, I don't think you would get more people to put their money up or whatever.
I don't think enough. Well, the thing is Notre Dame always attracts extra attention, so they got to keep Penn State attractive in order to keep the levels balanced, right?
There you go.
I mean, shit, man. I don't want to be wrong about Notre Dame again. You know what I mean? That's
Hold
the
on, hold
only
on,
thing.
stop. Stop. Let me help you poke your chest out for a minute.
Okay.
Before this whole season started, somebody dropped a dime in my ear and was like, you know what, man, this is team up north, Penn State, with this coach was looking mighty fine. I think I'm gonna put some money on the line for them to be in the national championship this year.
Yeah.
And I haven't did that since 2013 when J-Bo Winston took them Florida State Seminoles all the way. And
I
when
got
you
him at
said
that
that, I
same
was
number.
like, yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're looking at, bro. I probably could see it, but I don't know, But as the weeks went by, I'm like, okay. And then the final straw for me was last week, bro. Like that kind of put it all on the line for me because you got them going against Boise State, SMU, and then not to take nothing from Notre Dame, man, but Notre Dame, they played Indiana and then they played Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Georgia didn't have their quarterback, running game wasn't on.
Penn
Penn
State had a
State,
nice path in this playoff, though.
yeah,
That
yeah,
lined
but they
up
took
really
care.
nicely for them. SMU
Yeah,
at home, right? So they
right,
had the
yeah,
cold weather there, and then the
yeah,
Boise State. I mean, Boise State. They deserve to be in the 12. They're the reason I said what I said a minute ago about they didn't
exactly.
deserve to be like hosting and having a bye and all that. But
I'll give them that, but I'm more impressed with that SMU win because I know the talent
mhm,
SMU got on their team. SMU was able to go toe to toe with Clemson for the
right.
ACC championship game.
But
Um,
where they've benefited is they haven't had to come up against an Oregon, an Ohio State, a Texas, or Georgia yet. Right. So
true,
Penn
true.
State has had an easy path. And part of why I like them is that I knew they just, even if they had one loss, if they could make the conference championship
Yep,
game, they'd be in the 12 and maybe I'd get lucky. Really, I
yep.
just want them to make the national championship. I don't give a fuck if they win. I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be able to
yeah,
hedge
yeah,
that
yeah,
bet.
yeah,
I just want to be able to hedge
yeah.
that big bet. But 25-1 is a nice number.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's why I say I like to say that I'm taking them over Notre Dame, man.
Well,
I
I
don't.
I want them like inside. I very much want them to win. Obviously, I like my wallet very much wants them to win this game, so I have that opportunity. Um, but also, I think they're the better team. I think that
Right,
this number
right.
is sort of an overreaction by the public, and people betting on Notre Dame is just a reaction to last week, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yep.
And I think Notre Dame played great. Like that was the best game they've played all year last week, but they also
Right,
have to play the best game they've played all year this week.
right,
Like
right,
this
right,
is a big
right,
deal. This is a big
right.
one. This is a big one. So like Penn State's coming with their quarterback, and he is
Mm-hmm.
healthy, and he has been
Mm-hmm.
playing really well this season.
Exactly.
And those guys are the rest of that team is able to handle your size and able to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't see they don't have the advantage they had against Georgia. I don't see it.
Yeah, yeah. No, no,
So
no, not at
I
all.
think Penn State wins that game. I'm not 1.5 points isn't a big deal to begin with, but I just spread is irrelevant. I think Penn State wins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's basically who win at that point, man.
Yeah. The other game though is super fucking intriguing because if you had
Oh,
told me
yeah.
before the season started that honestly you could have told me about last week's Ohio State Oregon game, say the same thing. If you would have told me before the season started that Ohio State Texas was the national championship, I would have
Yeah.
been all for it. I would have been like, oh yeah, that tracks. I believe you. Um,
Uh-huh.
and it just points out why this playoff shit's great. We've gotten extra great games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is a big one. And
Mm-hmm.
huge spread, but Ohio State has looked fantastic ever since getting their ass whooped by Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Just the
sorry.
hell.
I shouldn't have said they got their ass whooped. Ohio State just didn't show up against
Mm-hmm.
Michigan. Right?
But
Like
like we said, that was a rivalry game, man. And I
yeah.
think that was a factor that neither of us or end of the nation even kind of took into effect, man. It doesn't matter what you rank when you head into those rivalry games when you got almost 100 years of hatred built up on both sides, bro. Like, yeah, nah, so
Yeah, you're right. When we play Miami, throw everything out
right,
the window.
right. Prime example. Prime example.
Yep. All right. Ohio State is a 6-point favorite against Texas.
That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, man. I don't
Hmm.
think Texas is as bad as they looked last week. I think that Arizona State kept it close because they're scrappy. But in the end, we've actually seen it, 2 weeks in a row now where Texas has like fought and won their shit,
Hmm.
and deserved their victory. And we've seen them win close games before. They're not going to give up in
Hmm.
any situation. They're not going to
At
give up.
all.
Right? Ohio State looks legitimately like a CFL team,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Not an
They
NFL team,
look
but a CFL
good.
team.
They look
They're professional. They're grown ass
great.
motherfuckers, man.
Yes, yes.
So I understand the spread, right? Like I know why it's 6.
Hmm.
I feel like it's too many, and I feel like I got to bet on Texas.
I don't know. I'm probably going Ohio State on this one, man. Just simply, I have been moved by that freshman they got at wide receiver number 4. The big to frame that he has. Even his story and his background with how hungry he is, how focused on football he is, and then it's one thing to have the story, but when you have the talent to back it up on the field, man, that's just amazing. And that's only the tip of the iceberg for them, man. I think they needed that loss to Michigan to prove to them that they weren't, you're not subject to an L. You know what I mean? You can catch it in a Saturday or whatever. And that kind of awakened the beast in them or whatever. You've seen it every time they hopped on the field afterwards. That Oregon Ohio State game was a whole totally different game than what it was earlier in the year or whatever. So yeah. If I'm going with one, I'm going with Ohio State on it, but you know,
Where are we
yeah,
at? Do I owe you dinner, or do I owe you 2 dinners, or are we even, or do you owe me
we evened
dinner?
it up, remember?
Well, maybe we should change that. Maybe we should put dinner on this game.
On this
Um,
game?
I'll take. I mean, with the six
You taking
points, I'm not.
Oregon? I mean not Oregon. You
I'll take
taking
Texas. Texas
Texas?
plus
Yeah,
6.
let's
Texas
do it.
plus
Let's do it.
6. You got Ohio State -6.
There we go. Yeah,
All
let's
right,
do
I
it.
love it. And we're gonna have to settle up before next football season. You know what I mean? We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
rendezvous at some point this off
Hell
season,
yeah.
be in the same place at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If
Hell
not,
yeah.
if I don't see you in the off season, that means you're committing to the season kickoff in Tallahassee with Alabama coming to town.
Man, I might want to commit to that anyway. We'll see. I
All
gotta
right,
work my finances and get all of that aligned with it. But yeah, I
all right. Well, we
definitely
need the
I just told my boss that last week that I'm probably gonna try to make that one just in case we have another season like last year. Cause boy, as the weeks
yeah,
went on, I ain't going to see shit.
real talk, real talk.
So
Um,
yeah, yeah.
if we're gonna do that, we need to commit and pull the strings that need to be pulled to get the dope tickets and all that stuff, and do it
Yeah.
right, and um, maybe do a live pod somewhere small in Tallahassee the night before.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
No
We'll
doubt
see.
shit.
Well,
Hell
but I
yeah.
would like to go. I would definitely like to go. I would definitely like to meet you there. We could definitely
Yeah.
record a pod live together, even if it's not in front of people. But maybe we find a small place. We have a couple of friends over, and we make it a little party.
Still can't believe they coming to Tallahassee. Boy, that's gonna be a game. I'm just glad we caught
Yeah.
the Alabama of current versus the Alabama of past. Cause
I don't know. What if Jaden Milrow was the reason they were bad? He just entered the draft. Now we got to deal with some
did he?
fucking
Okay.
stud sophomore that they've just been hiding.
Oh no, no. Whoever it is, they're gonna have to figure it out here. It took 5 or 6 weeks for Nick Saban to figure out who Jalen Monroe was.
I
So
guess.
we you get them in that transition phase, it's good because hell, we're gonna be transitioning too. So
I'll be honest, man. I'm not like super confident about Florida State next year. I feel like the
I'm in the
ACC is
middle.
improving, and we were really bad.
Yeah, yeah, but it's we have done everything possible that you can do to turn our program around. We've gotten rid of coaches, we've gotten rid of players. So my positive for is if for some reason next year isn't our year, we've already the blueprint is laid out. Like I don't want to wish bad fortune on
Yeah,
nobody's job or nothing, but if
but we
Mike
know
don't pull it out this year, he's out and Gus is in. That's all that's it.
Mhm.
So
And even that's not guaranteed. If Gus looks like ass, if that offense is sputtering, then I don't think that's even. Then
yeah,
we
he
might be.
hasn't looked like ass the last couple of years, and on the last couple
I mean,
stops he's been at.
it also
And then
depends how he works with the guys he has. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah.
if the offense is problematic, he'll be gone just as quick as he arrived.
But at least we got some type of continuality with the quarterback that we got coming in because he's familiar with the system because he was at UCF. UCF his freshman year with it, so it's
One
not
of the
like we were.
quarterbacks.
Yeah. So it's not like we were this year with DJU coming into a brand new offense, and all of the, what I said at the beginning of the season. The quarterback is the main position that we have that has to know the offense. So even with all the bad shit going around, if the quarterback don't know what's going on, that's when you get a year like this. JT, our last couple years or whatever, has been able to put those band-aids on that areas because he was the quarterback. He knew the system and everything. Today this year nobody knew shit, so it was just all up.
It was
crazy. At least that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, we see eye to eye, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't hate having a little bit more crowded quarterback room. Wouldn't mind having like 4 guys fighting for the spot. I get it. The kid from Boston College, the Italian dude, is gonna have the leg up.
He's gonna start,
and I'm fine with him starting at the beginning of the season. But I want the best. You know what I mean? Like the best chance to win at the end of the season. In there. And that's. I get it. He has a leg up on the offense. That's all. That's all but he also only has 1 year to offer. If there's
we got one of the top we already got one of the top quarterbacks out of California coming in or whatever. He just got to meet Gus Malzahn either yesterday or today or whatever. So we got something lined up for the future. Is we gonna keep him? That's the question because we done lost Luke Cromahoke and everybody else that we done drafted that came through or whatever. But we got that quarterback, yeah, you're right, recruit, and that quarterback fits Gus Malzahn's system or whatever. So we're set up. And then you look at Castellanos, the reason why he got pushed out of Boston College was because they're running a pro style offense, which needs, a quarterback that can throw and read. When we're running the type of offense that he's used to running. And then you look at the year that he had, not this season that passed, but the year before last, you remember when he ran all over us, even the year that we went undefeated, dude. He has talent. Yeah. We ain't never seen no shit like that out of DJU, no matter where he's been at. Clemson, Oregon State, or at Tallahassee. We ain't never seen nothing like that. So just that alone makes me feel a lot better.
Good job by you, man. I always fuck up that Oregon State and say Washington State.
I thought of that too. I was about to say it. You was the reason why I got it right. I was like, what? Wait. I literally heard you fucking up in my head, and I was like, yeah, let me get it right.
Oh man.
That's your fault, my guy. You're the reason I got it right.
I fuck everything up, and I did like a classic one that I've been doing for years, and I on the pod the other night with Casey Earl Flynn, and I called Trey Young. I called him Trey Young, who was the quarterback drafted by the 49ers, who's now the third string quarterback.
No, I know you're talking about. I do that all the time.
I always call him Trey Young, man, like an asshole.
Yeah.
Man, I'm horrible. I really am horrible.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's on Dallas now. He was out there for a little bit on Sunday.
And that's an ass move. Not to shift the movement, but they was due to pay Cooper, I want to say like $500K if he would have did X amount of starts or whatever for the year. And then he chose to put the kid in that he's never given a chance since he traded him. Like, come on, man. But
I agree, but I mean, it's
but it's Dallas, and then look at the Bucks, bro. Like
that's
we made sure our wide receiver got his money. Mike Evans got his.
Yeah, but a disgruntled Mike Evans would be a real problem. A disgruntled Cooper Rush means nothing.
I love that. That's why I fuck with you.
It's all about team chemistry. Who you're going to spend money on, who you're not going to spend money on. It's delicate, man. It's real delicate. You got a lot of motherfuckers that expect to be rich in the locker room together, right? And they all know what everybody else is making because the media shares all that info. It's all open.
Public knowledge now. Yeah.
Right? So
you can Google that shit now.
you know, and ain't nobody gonna go. You know, Cooper Rush can't get mad. He's pumped to have a job, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not. And I know there's other teams that would sign Cooper Rush if he was
Oh yeah.
available. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
mean to imply that like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
deserve his spot in the NFL. I'm just saying like you can find a Cooper Rush, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's real hard to find a Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah. True that.
Mike
True that.
Evans is a Hall of Famer.
True that.
Cooper Rush
First
is a starter.
ballot Hall of Famer.
Right. Cooper Rush is a starter in emergency situations. Right? Like if I'm a business, I don't care about his 500K nearly as much as that 3 million I have to spend, that 500K I don't have to spend.
A starter in emergency situations. That's some funny shit right there. It's real.
Right?
That's real though. That's real. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. And I know it's a college football podcast, but this is a good conversation.
Yeah.
What team this year is Cooper Rush starting on if there wasn't a problem with the starter? Like what team would he wouldn't have beat Sam Darnold out for the job when JJ McCarthy went down in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Maybe he would have started for the Raiders this season because the Raiders started with Gardner Minshew. So maybe he would have started for the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know. Gardner Minshew got a little something in him. So
At least he has a name. You know, he's marketable.
Yeah.
He wears the jorts and he has the mullet. And, you know,
You
know what I mean? People like that shit. He looks like a Bass Pro commercial. You know what I mean? A Bass Pro Stores commercial. You know, I bet he has a really big Yeti cooler in the back of his truck.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
The biggest Yeti cooler they make.
Oh yeah. Custom.
Yeah.
With a mud on that
bitch.
Oh man.
All right. Well, listen, we're on the same page with this Penn State game. All right. Let's go Penn State. And we are at odds on this Ohio State Texas game, and I will get a nice, delicious meal out of it, I'm sure, because Texas is going to keep this a very close game. I'm not saying Ohio State's not going to win. I just think we're talking 2-3 points, last possession type game. I think this might be an overtime also. You know, I mean, I think this is going to be a good one.
Okay, we'll see.
All right.
I'm hoping Ohio State blow them out the water.
Yeah. It's rare that we see eye to eye. That's why it's fun to gamble with you when we do.
Heck yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. This was fun. It's a short episode, but that's because there's only 2 games to talk about.
Right. Short, sweet, to the point.
That's right. Go Bucks. That's first and foremost right now. That's the priority. All right. So good weekend. We got Thursday night semifinals game. Friday night semifinals game. Saturday 2 NFL playoffs games. Sunday, 3 NFL playoff games, and a Monday night playoff.
And this is literally the most wonderful time of the year.
Sing it. All right. So, the National Show is available as a live stream. If you're watching now, thank you very much. On YouTube /NATIONOLE. And it is also available at your convenience right there on the YouTube page. Please subscribe and notifications, all that stuff. That's really important. And if you prefer to listen to the show as an audio product, you're more than welcome to. We appreciate the fact that you do. It is available as part of the Bet Your Ash podcasting network. BYAPN, BYAPN. And like all the shows on the network, it is available at betyourash.com and the Bet Your Ash feeds on on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you're listening on those platforms, please like and rate and review and share with all your friends on social media. And that's incredibly important. Subscribe, follow. It's incredibly helpful. Also, if you're doing all that, go over to Gangsterville's Spotify page or any of his music pages and do all the same things on all of those. You can check him out. He's got a link tree. We have a link tree too, but he's got a link tree. It is /Gangsterville, GAINSTAVILLE. And there you can find links to all of his social medias. You can check out his new album, The Desperado Code, on all the platforms. That's the best way to support your friends that make music. So do that. And like I said, we also have Linktree. It is / National Show. NATIONOLESHOW. And I think that's everything. Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Well, go Knowles.
Go Knowles.
And you have just finished listening to The National Show with Gangsta, Fizil, and McGee.